Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install Linux operating system in a virtual machine. I'm going to download and install Ubuntu 18.04. First, I will go to download. And there is a direct download link. So I will go to that link 18.04 and I'm going to download 64-bit desktop image. So I will save it in my local hard drive. While it is being downloaded, I'm going to create the virtual machine. So I go to VMware Workstation and from the file menu, I select new virtual machine. And then I go next with custom setting and hardware compatibility as workstation 15.x. I will install operating system later so that I can have the flexibility. So I go next, and on this screen I select Linux operating system and then Ubuntu 64-bit and go next. Now I will give a name to this Ubuntu machine and then I will save these virtual machine files in a new folder. So I go to browse and go to a folder where I'm saving my virtual machines. So I'll create a new folder. And then select that folder and press OK. So the location has changed to the new folder that I created, and I go next. I will select for processor. So 2 processor dual core is fine, which makes 4 processor, and go next. I will use 4 GB of memory, so you click on 4 GB and the memory changed to 4 GB and I go next. I will use NAT mode for the network card so that I can access the internet, as well as this virtual machine will be in an internal network. So after selecting NAT, I go next, and for the IO controller I keep the default and go next. For the disk type, keep the default and go next. I will create a new virtual disk because I don't have an existing virtual disk to use. So I select create a new virtual disk and go next. I will select the disk size as 30 GB. And also I will store the virtual disk as a single file and go next. File name stays as default and go next. I'm creating a virtual machine named Ubuntu-NH0000. It's located in this location and it's a new folder. Its hardware compatibility is VMware Workstation 15.x. I'm going to install Ubuntu 64-bit operating system. I chose 30 GB of hard drive space, 4 GB of memory, and NAT network card mode, 4 processor, so on. So I click on finish. So the virtual machine has been created. Now I need to mount the ISO file that I am downloading. So after the download is finished, I will come back and mount the ISO file. The download of Ubuntu installation image is complete. Now I will go to the Ubuntu machine and mount the ISO file. So I click on CD DVD and then go to use ISO image file and go to browse and mount the ISO image for Ubuntu installer. Click on open and then OK. Now we'll start this virtual machine. The installation has started. I select install Ubuntu. And then English US keyboard and select continue. There's a normal installation and I will uncheck download updates while installing Ubuntu for a faster installation. So let's go next or select continue. And for the installation type, there's a new installation, so it has disk and install Ubuntu and then install now. Now it's giving a warning saying that this partition will be formatted, so I select continue. And for the time zone is select Toronto and then select continue. I'll put my name. For the computer name, I will use my initial and then Ubuntu. And it's saying that the name already exists on the network. Probably I installed this virtual machine before and I used the same name. That's fine. So then I will choose a password. Then I click on continue. The installation is complete, so I click on I finished installing and then we start now. It says please remove the installation medium and then press OK. So currently I don't see the mouse, and to get the mouse back to the host machine I need to click on Ctrl plus Alt key together and the mouse is back. So I go to the properties of this virtual machine and then go to settings and then CD DVD and then change the DVD to use physical drive setting. So the ISO image is unmounted, in other words, and then click OK. Now I go to the VM, click inside and then press enter. Now I'm gonna log in I use the password that I set up when I created the account. Now a few more steps. Next, live patch. Next, and then I will select no, don't send system information, and go next, and that is done. So the basic installation is complete. Now I'm gonna go to the terminal. So I right click on the desktop and then select open terminal. I will use a command to see the IP address, so use command IP address and press enter. Here I can see that the network card is ENS33 and it got an IP address 192.168.23.142, and it got this IP address from a DHCP server that this VMware workstation is running. You can check out the DHCP server information by going to the edit menu and virtual network editor, and then if you look at the VMnet 8, which is in net mode, you can see that the DHCP server is running and its network address is 192.168.23.0, and here it matches with 192.168.23. Alright, so I close this. Now I want to check if this computer got an internet connection. I'm using net mode, so it's expected to have internet connection. So I open the browser, Firefox, and go to a page. So I can see that the internet is working. I close the browser again. Next, I'm gonna install a second network card and set up a static IP address for that network card. So first I will shut down this machine. I can go to this shutdown button at the top and then select shutdown and power off. Next, I go to the settings of this VM and then select the add button in the hardware tab and select network adapter and finish. This network card I want to be a host only network card. It will be able to communicate with other VMs in the same host, but it will not get access to the internet through this specific new network card. So I select host only and press OK. Now I turn on this machine. Now I will set up IP address for the second network card. So at the top right corner there is an icon for the network setting. You select on that icon, and then as you can see there are two network cards. One is the ENS33, that's the first one we saw. It got an IP address from DHCP server, and this is the second one. So I select the second one that I just added and then go to wired settings. In Ethernet ENS38, I go to the settings icon and go to IPv4 tab and then change the IP method as manual. Now I will type in the IP address for this network card of this VM. I will type in 172.16.0.15, and I use the tab key and set up a network mask 255.255.255.0, and then for the gateway I will use 172.16.0.2. Gateway is the IP address of a router that is connected to this network. For the DNS, I will use the same computer's IP address, and I will install DNS service in this same virtual machine. So I put the DNS IP as its own IP, 172.16.0.15, and then apply. Now I close this window. I'll open the terminal and use the command IP space A. Now I have the network card ENS33, which is the first network card. It got an IP 192.168.23.142. The second network card is ENS38, and I set up the IP as 172.16.0.15. Exit. Next, I'm going to install VM tools and a VM text editor. I will open terminal again and then use the command sudo apt get install open VM tools -desktop and press enter. So asking for password, so I type in the password. Even though I typed in the password, it's not showing on the screen, and that is the style in Linux platform. So I press enter, and it's asking to continue. I press Y on the keyboard and press enter. Next, I'm going to install VIM. So I type in a command sudo apt get. I will answer yes to all of the prompt. So -y install VIM. There is a typing error, so I fixed it. I press up arrow and apt get. I can check any available upgrades for already installed packages by using apt command. So I'm going to show it. Sudo apt list upgradable, and it shows a list of packages that can be upgraded. Sometimes apt get command may not work properly, and if it happens you can use few commands to fix it. Sudo apt get check, and then sudo apt get clean, and sudo apt get auto remove. Alright, you can use the man command, which is for manual, to get help on any command. For example, you can use the command man pwd and press enter. So it's showing the help page for present working directory pwd command. So press Q to quit from the main page. I'll show another command. Man is for manual, and then let's say MV is for move, and press enter. So this is the manual for MV command. I press Q to quit. I will exit this terminal by typing exit. Now you can shut down this machine by going to this shutdown button on the top right corner. I can also use a command to shut down the machine, and the command is sudo shutdown and then now, asking for password. So I type in the password. And the machine was shut down. And that is the end of this video. I hope you found this video helpful. If you would like to receive notifications on future videos, please make sure you are subscribed to my channel and set up notification by tapping on the bell. Thank you for watching.